What up, YouTube? G4 Leader here, once again back with another late night video for you guys, and this video is going to be an update vlog. I haven't given a super personal vlog in a minute, and basically this is an update video from the video I put out called the breakup. I did that video back in October where I told you I was breaking up with that one Sabrina chick. Y'all know, I know all you guys gave advice. I poured my heart out to you guys, and y'all was giving me all this good feedback and shit. And I am very, very disappointed to say I had stayed with that girl. You know, I would have made a video about it, but I don't know. I just wanted to see how it would go. I just wanted to see how it would go. So I kept that on the low, really, and me and her stayed together. And I must tell you guys, it was the worst decision I have ever made in my life. Just the worst decision, just the biggest regret I ever made. I want to entitle this vlog The Engagement Massacre. By that title alone, you could probably already guess what happened. But I made that video back in October. We in May now, so it's been a couple months. Me and her was back to, I wouldn't say we was official. We wasn't official, but we had this spoken word that we was still kind of together. We was still loyal to each other. We still loved each other. Still talking on a daily. Still talking like we was in a relationship and shit. I knew not to fuck with no other females. She knew not to fuck with other guys. We knew what was up, and that's what we did. And we was closer and shit. We was closer, but it was just never the same after she started college. She was never the same. Like, I felt like everything about her had changed. She just didn't feel like the same chick I fell in love with, and that was very unfortunate. But I felt like I put in so much work that I just didn't want to throw that shit away. And I felt like I was working. I felt like I loved her way more than she loved me, which is very unfortunate. Back February, February of this year was the first time she ever cheated on me. Cheated on me. Like I said, we had that official, unofficial thing going on, but we knew that we had that loyalty to each other. We always had that loyalty to each other. For 3 years, we always had that shit, and that was the first time she ever got with another man, while she was with me. She called him her boyfriend. And the fucked up part was, it was one of her friends. It was one of her friends that she had for 11 years, And me and her had this talk about why I didn't like her having male friends and shit and things to that extent, because she have a reputation of, when her relationships ain't going right, she goes to her friends, her male friends, and she don't notice that shit. I do, and I finally gave in and let her do what she want, and that's what she did. She was secretly driving to this nigga house and shit. And keep in mind, I was still following all her rules that she put on me. Remember, in that video I put out in October, she had me on a curfew. I couldn't hang out with females. I couldn't hang out with a lot of people. I couldn't do anything really. So while I'm sitting in my house basically doing nothing, waiting for her to text me and shit or call me, she was at this nigga house. And she had this ongoing relationship going on with this nigga for quite a while, and it just blew my mind because I had no idea. Well, I did have some sort of idea because she disappeared for a couple hours and shit. And I'd be like, what took you so long to reply? Talk to you later, guess you busy. And she'd make me feel crazy. She'd make me feel like that it was something wrong with my phone. She was, oh, I wasn't getting your text messages and shit like that. And I'm like, okay, maybe it is my phone, because I don't text that many other people, because that's one of her rules. She don't want me talking to specific people. So I don't text that many people outside of her. So I wouldn't know if it was my phone or not. So I took it, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And just one day, she just came out and said she was cheating on me. She was with this other nigga. And this other nigga hit me up on Facebook. And I had this mentality. I don't know what it is, but well, y'all know what it is. I don't fight for chicks that cheat. You know, I'm not going to fight another nigga for a bitch that is cheating. Y'all know that ain't me. Y'all know that ain't me. I am not gonna compete for a cheating chick, because at the end of the day, even if I win, is that really a fucking prize? A bitch that cheated, is that really a prize? You know, that's not something I want to fight for and shit. You know, that's not something I want to go for. So I just said, fuck it, fuck that shit. You know, be with him. I gave him my blood. I said, you know what, bro? You can have her. I told her, you can have him. I'm done. I'm done. You got a boyfriend. You cheated on me. You in a relationship with this other dude. And then suddenly she broke up with the nigga. She saw that I didn't fight and shit. She saw I didn't get argue over the shit. I didn't stress over the shit. I just washed my hands of the shit. And that's when she wanna cry and shit. And that's when she broke down and said, I'll do whatever you want. I'll be the best girlfriend ever. I'll be the best wife ever. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. I'll do this, I'll do that. And my mind was telling me, don't fall for that shit. She lied. She is known to lie. She lied to me about the college situation. She lied to me. She hides stuff behind my back and shit. Talk to people behind my back. Don't fall for that shit. She is known for that shit. You know, that's what my brain was telling me. The logic inside of me. But my heart, though, that's that shit that fucked me up, is listening to my heart, you know, because I really did love this chick. I loved her. You know, it wasn't even just plain love. I was in love with this chick, you know, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I said, it's okay, you know, it's okay, you did what you did. It's whatever, you know. But keep in mind, this is after she told me, and she started crying about it days later, you know, because I wasn't playing that shit. I went out and did my own dirt. You know, I went out and did my own dirt because I was like, I felt humiliated, you know, that I was sitting here at 10 p. I'm 22 years old, you know, and I'm sitting in the house, with a curfew while she at this nigga house cheating. You know, I felt humiliated. I felt stupid. I felt ridiculous. That was like one of the worst feelings ever. So I had to get that shit out of my system. So I did date this one girl for a couple days. You know, I don't want to say her name, but I dated her for a couple days, and then, like I said, when Sabrina and shit, she started crying and saying, she wanted me back. She'll do whatever I say. I broke up with that other girl and got back with Sabrina. And you would think that I would learn my lesson. Back in October, you would think I would learn my lesson. After all the time, you would think now I would have learned my lesson. She cheated on me. You would think I would have learned my lesson, but fuck no, I still did not learn my lesson, you know. And then, like I said, that was in February. Then March came. It passed, and March was cool. We still argued a lot and shit, but it was whatever, you know. But what I did notice, she was kind of nice. You know, she was nicer than she had been the whole entire year. You know, she was still nicer, but you know, the damage was still there. And I remember the specific day this happened. You know, she was all about me. She only wanted me. She wanted the relationship together and all of that shit. Up until March 26th, where my phone stopped working and shit, because I didn't pay the bill and shit. So my phone stopped working. So my phone shut off the whole day on March 26th. And I didn't get no text messages that day. So I was like, okay. And then finally, a whole day later and shit, I got like fucking 20 text messages from her saying she was done with me, she was going to ignore me, she blocked my number, she didn't want to hear from me and shit. And I was like, word. You know. And I told her what happened. I told her what happened with my phone, that my phone went out and shit, and she just didn't listen. And then she started bringing up saying, you shouldn't have did that stuff with that girl back in February, saying that I took it too far, I shouldn't have. And I was like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I was confused, you know. I was confused because I was like, I took it too far. Since when is there honor when it comes to cheating? Since when is there honor? Since when is there an ethics code You cheated on me. I said I was done with it. I got with someone else. So how is what I did wrong? We was completely done when you did that. We was not completely done when you got with that nigga. So how is she mad at me, you know, and saying she ain't never get over that? Saying I'm not, she don't see me as pure anymore, and I don't feel like I'm hers anymore. And I was like, so basically, what you saying is you cheated with him. I ended it. I got with someone else, and I'm the one that's wrong. I'm the bad guy. Like, how the fuck is your logic, my nigga? Like, your logic is shitty. You know, how is what I did wrong? You know, shit was just ridiculous to me. But, you know, here I am being the sucker, you know, being the dumbest nigga ever, apologizing, saying, oh, I'm sorry I did that with her, you know, I'm sorry, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. She said she cheated on me because I didn't make her feel loved or whatever and shit. I didn't make you feel loved or whatever. Like, okay, whatever. You know, you could have talked to me about that shit, you know, before going to this other nigga that you said you ain't had nothing going on with, but whatever. Whatever, right? But you know, here she is, and that's when shit took the worst turn ever. That's when I felt like she didn't really need me anymore, because then these days will go by where me and her didn't talk at all. You know, we wouldn't talk at all, and that's not us, because in the course of 3 years, we never gone longer than a week not talking. In 3 years, we never gone more than a week without talking. So the fact that we was going this long without speaking, I was like, okay, this is getting serious. I think something's broken right now. And I hit her back up, you know, I begged her to talk to me and shit, you know, because she didn't want to talk to me because she felt she was still mad over what I did in February. Because, you know, whatever. So here I am apologizing. I finally get her to talk to me, and she tells me, this is April, by the way, now. She tells me that after 3 years, she wants commitment. You know, she feel like I'm not committed. She wants to be more than what we were, you know. And I said, you know what? I'll do that shit. I'll step the fuck up, you know, because at this point, I'm so smitten by this chick. I don't know why she treats me like shit. She treats me like dog shit. But whatever the fuck spell she had on me, I was just trying to make it work with her, you know. She was hungry, I go feed her. She was sore, give her back rubs, you know. I was doing the whole 9 for her. She needed money, I got her, you know. Whatever she needed, I was doing this shit. And she said she needed to feel like we had that commitment. Like after 3 years, she wanted something to show for it. She was hinting, she said she wanted to be more than boyfriend and girlfriend. So and basically what she was saying, she wanted an engagement, she wanted me to propose to her, she wanted marriage, she wanted kids. She was telling me she wanted all this shit, you know. And one day I was just sitting there, I was like, well, we have been together 3 years, we've been through a lot of shit, you know. I was like, you know what, maybe she right, you know, maybe she right. Everybody else is moving forward with their relationships, you know, getting engaged, getting married, having kids. Everybody else is moving forward and shit, you know. So I was like, maybe she right. So what I did was I didn't tell her what I was going to do. I told her, okay, I get what you're saying, but secretly I went out and found this ring and shit, you know. Her birthstone, she's a Pisces, by the way, March 10th, that's her birthday. I went out and got this little ring for her. It was just a temporary ring, you know, just a temporary ring, until I got the engagement ring. So I showed her the promise ring. Basically, she loved it. She said it was her favorite kind of shit. She loved it or whatever, and I wanted to give it to her. I felt happy she liked it, you know. I felt like I did good, you know, but I never got the chance to give it to her because her mother, you know, y'all know how strict her mother is. Her mother got strict with her because her mother bought her a car, basically, you know, put about $800 into her car. Her stepdad, her molesting ass stepdad, the molester and shit, he put in $850 too. So basically they both put in all this money. So basically they control what she do with the car. So she couldn't come out and see me. She couldn't see me at work because she had to go to work and come home and shit. So I never got the chance to give it to her. And then I told her, you know what? And basically, I told her, I got her a ring. Basically, I showed her the other ring. I told her I got her an engagement ring. And by this time, when I told her I got her the engagement ring, she was so mad. She said she didn't want to be under my control anymore. You know, she told me she didn't want to be under my control anymore. She told me she wanted to be free. She said she wasn't gonna listen to me anymore. She was done with this. She was done with me. And I'm just sitting here like, I got you this engagement ring. And let me tell you about these rings, y'all. These rings are something that she fucking bullied me into. When I told you she said she wanted more, you know, in the engagement rings and shit, that she wanted all that shit. Keep in mind, she been bullying me about this shit, giving me ultimatums saying, if you don't do this, I will leave you. That's how she approached this situation. She was telling me, if you don't get this ring, I will leave you. That was basically what she was saying. So, in my thought mentality, I was like, okay, she kind of right. I probably should do this shit. I probably should get the ring. I don't want to lose her. So I cashed this check, right? You know, cashed my little YouTube check or whatever. Well, not my check. They do direct deposits, but I cashed my Walmart check that I got, and I took my direct deposit that I got from YouTube, put that shit together, and I bought that engagement ring. Bought that engagement ring for her, you know. And it was a nice one. So she had the promise ring on top of the engagement ring. And I did that because not only did I love her, you know, but she bullied me into this shit. I didn't want to lose her. I hate ultimatums. You know, so I felt like I was negotiating with a fucking terrorist. You know, that's what the fuck it felt like. But yeah, got the shit, and she basically shut me down. She basically said, no, I don't want to be with you. I'm not listening to you no more, blah, 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 blah. She said I'm controlling when I'm 22 and I'm the one that got a curfew, and she the one that's going out and hanging out with everybody, because, well, back in February, before the car situation, she was hanging out with everybody until her mom and stepdad got her that car and shit. So I don't see how I'm the controlling one when I'm the one sitting here all the time, and she was the one that was constantly going out. You know, but that's her logic or whatever. So basically, she basically waited till I spent all that money on those rings and shit, and then broke up with me for good and blocked me. And that's how we ended. Very anticlimactic, just like that. That's how 3 years of this relationship just ended. I didn't break up with her. She broke up with me. I got the rings that she told me to get. She said the rings will make her stay. I got the rings. She still left anyway. You know, she took... And it's so fucked up. It's fucked up because... I don't know, I just really love this person, you know? I felt like no matter how shitty they were, and no matter how shitty she was, you know, I felt like at the core, she was a good person and she was meant for me, and I was wrong about that shit, you know. And I ain't trying to make you guys feel sorry for me, because I know what I did was stupid. I should have stayed gone in October. I should have left after she cheated on me. All these times I should have left. I should have walked away. I had every right in the world to leave, and I didn't. And I gotta live with that shit. And at the end of the day, she the one that left. After everything she did to me, after the hell she put me through. The 2 years where her parents run everything, and she wasn't allowed to see me really, because we had to sneak and see each other at like maybe 4 times a month and shit. She promised me that we'd get more time together if I waited till she got in college. She got in college, and I never got that time. She got even more busy with work and school, so we stopped hanging out as much. And then she couldn't even text me as much as, and that was our bread and butter. We texted a lot. We couldn't even text as much anymore. She basically lied to me. She told me if I went to this specific college, you know, that we'd be able to go to school together. I enrolled at that school. She went and enrolled somewhere else. Basically screwed me over and put me in debt. She basically screwed me over, put me in debt, and I stayed. She balled the fuck out for her senior prom, just dropping lots of money, and spent like $15 on my birthday last year. You know, I stayed. You know, all the lies, all the things she hid from me, all the stuff she did behind my back, the blatant disrespect, you know, all the mean, fucked up names she called me, the way she talked down to me, just the way she treated me, and I fucking stayed. And she the one that left. You know, like hold the fuck up. You know, I was like, redo, time out. Come on now. She the one that left. You know, it was the most fucked up thing. That was by far the most fucked up thing someone has ever done to me. Ever done to me. Remember that video I did about Yin, you know, my first love, and what she did to me? You know, it pales in comparison to what this Sabrina chick did to me. She gave me an ultimatum to get her an engagement ring and propose to her. I went out and bought it, and then she dumped me. I spent all that money, and she dumped me, and she still left anyway. Who the fuck does shit like that? You know, who the fuck does shit like that? It really was an engagement massacre. You know, now I just sit here and look at the ring. I just look at the ring like, damn, I was ready to give you my entire life. You know, and you walked away. You know, and everything she wanted or needed, I was willing to give it to her. And that's what she walks away from? All her previous ex-boyfriends cheated on her. I never cheated on her. I always stayed loyal to her till she stopped being loyal, and then I went and moved on like she moved on. Other than that, I was always loyal. And whenever we said we was going to be loyal to each other, I was. But when she stopped, I stopped. But when we said we was loyal again, I was loyal. It just don't make sense to me. You know, these bitches just be crazy, you know, and the only thing I could say, the only thing that kind of make it feel okay is I could say I kind of learned the lesson, you know, that I'll never put myself out there like that again. Never. I'll never do that again for another female. Never. I learned my fucking lesson. That's the reason I never wanted to get the engagement ring to begin with, because my biggest fear was that I'd get the ring and then she left. That was my fear for a year and a half. That's the reason I never got the ring. Because this exact situation I'm in right fucking now. You know, and the shit's fucked. You know, the shit's fucked up. You know, the shit's fucked up. So me and her haven't talked. This all went down this. And you know what make it even more fucked up? What make it even more fucked up? She did this shit 10 days before my birthday. My birthday is May 14th. May 14th. She did this shit May 10th. She did that shit 10 days before my birthday. Left me when I was ready to propose to her. And after I got the ring, she told me I had to get. Like, who the fuck does shit like that? You know, that's some heartless bitch type shit. You know, that's what heartless bitches do. You know, I don't know. I'm at this point where I'm just trying to see the positive in it. You know, it's like bittersweet. You know, it's sweet because I don't have to worry about what she's doing anymore. I don't have to stress about her hitting me up anymore. I don't gotta stress about who she's talking to and what she's doing and shit like that after the whole cheating thing and shit. And I ain't gotta fight with nobody no more. No more arguing, and my life has been hella peaceful. So it's sweet in that way, but it's very much bitter too, because I was in love with this chick. I never loved anyone as much as I loved her, you know, and she fucking ripped my heart out of my chest, man. She ripped my fucking heart out. 3 years of my life gone. 3 years of my life wasted, yo. Got nothing to show for it. You know, so the only thing I can do is try to fucking pawn the rings, get at least some of the money back, you know, try to move on with my life. But the one thing I do know is I'll never do that to myself again. I know what I deserve now, and I deserve way better than that shit. She is a terrible person. She has zero redeeming features as a human being in general. She is a terrible person. Terrible person. Her name is Sabrina Russell. She is a terrible person. And I got no respect for her anymore. I'm just at that point where it's like, fuck her, you know, fuck her. I have nothing to show for that relationship. At least every other relationship, you know, I kinda had, you know, a little bit of closure with the situation, able to move on, you know, got the closure I needed. With this shit, there was no closure. It was an anticlimactic, fucked up end, and I got gypped out of this deal. And I tried my best. I never tried with any other female as much as I tried with this chick. And she just shit all over me, basically, you know. But, you know, like I said, the only thing I can do is try to pick up, try to move on, try to enjoy my summer out of school for the summer. Got some money saved up, ready to chill and hang out with my homies, ready to bring you guys more YouTube videos, ready to get on my grind, ready to take this YouTube shit to the next level, ready for you guys to meet my homie, meet my team, you know, because we about to put out some content for you guys, you know. That's the only thing I can do, you know, keep myself busy, so I don't hurt over this shit, you know, keep myself busy, be productive, not destructive, but productive. I'm not going to hurt myself over this chick. I'm not going to break over this chick. I've tried too fucking hard in my life to give up over this bitch. I've fought too hard, conquered so many obstacles, you know, from being expelled out of high school, almost not graduating, my father walking out on me. You know, I'm a fucking fighter, yo, and I've conquered so much shit, and I'll be damned if this bitch is what breaks me. Fuck that shit. I'll be damned if that's what breaks me. Nothing will break me. I will always do this YouTube shit for you guys forever. As long as I possibly can, as long as I'm willing, as long as I'm able to, I will keep bringing you guys content. You know, I just need you guys to support me, and I'll support you, you know. And next time I do a video like this that got engagement in the title, hopefully you get to see a female next to me, and you get to see the female that deserves the ring, and the girl that I will be marrying. Not the engagement massacre, but the engagement to my fiance. So, but anyways, I'm about to get out of here. If you stayed this long, you know, for this almost half an hour video, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I know it's been long. Sorry about that, you know. Had to vent, you know. But anyways, I'm about to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more real vlogs and shit from my life and discussions. Or like my Facebook fan page too if you have it. G4 Leader here, signing off. Thank you for watching.